Hey y'all, today I'm going to be talking about some of the hardships in homesteading that we have encountered, some of the mistakes we've made and lessons we've learned. So stay tuned as I share all about that with y'all. So y'all, we have this little coop area. This is probably like a rabbit cage, and we've used it in the past. We blocked it off here so that the chicks and quail couldn't get out, so they had this little small area. And what happened this last time with our quail, we had them out here, and I've actually shared already a little bit of them being in here, but for whatever reason it got too hot with the heat lamp, and so they started overheating, and we actually ended up having a few die because we didn't realize that it was going to be too hot out here for them. Our guess is that there's not really a big amount of airflow, even though it has like holes in the top, which is right there. It just didn't seem like there was enough airflow for them, and it was just like the heat was just very stagnant, and then it just got too hot. Plus it's like hot and humid outside. So anyways, this little area was where we had them. We've done quail in here and chicks in here before, but this year it just seemed like it wasn't working, and so we ended up moving them inside, and I'll show you them in just a moment. We have them in here in this wire cage. It's like a rabbit cage or a hamster cage. So they're inside. They've got the heat lamp over here so they can go to it if they need to, but there's definitely more airflow, and because they're inside, it's not as hot as it is outside, so they can't get overheated as easily. Plus there's more space for them to get away from the heat lamp if they need to. So yeah, this year this is what we had to do for the quail because the other spot wasn't working. Months ago, Weston moved a lot of our young hens from this coop into our big coop, and then last night when he was checking in on them, he had checked on them yesterday morning but just briefly, and last night when he was doing a more thorough check-in, we realized that there was 2 that were dead and then 4 or so that were totally missing. We don't know what happened. He was a little upset because he should have just waited a little longer to put them in, but it happens sometimes. We get a little anxious to get them moved and they weren't quite ready for it, or there was a predator lurking and was waiting for that to happen, and so we're not entirely sure. The rest of our hens are fine. It could have been the hens that attacked them, but we're considering that we have some missing. We're not really thinking that that's the case. So anyhow, we know we'll wait a little bit longer before we move the rest of these ladies over. Another recent thing that we've had happen was all of our cantaloupe and honeydew melon have been eaten. Some of them have completely disappeared. In here you can still see there's like a little stem left, but I don't know if the plant's gonna be able to come back from that. Same thing with this one. Not much left. And then over here something started to eat the watermelon, and so it's super frustrating because I don't know what it is. It could be a deer or a rabbit maybe. Literally nothing's touched any of these plants, and the ones down here are like fine, but all of a sudden just the other night something ate them and they're gone. So it is what it is. I'm gonna try to replant some stuff really soon. So I shared in one of my last videos about planting these pink eye purple holes, and then all through here is where I planted them, and this has been the only plant that's come up. So today I'm going to go ahead and replant them in hopes that I can get a few more of the final seeds I have left to sprout, and so we can hopefully get a decent harvest. Homesteading is definitely a team effort for Weston and I, but something we recently encountered was sickness that lasted more than just a day or 2. He usually takes care of the animals, feeding, watering, whatever else they may need, and I'm usually caring for the garden. However, he recently got sick for about a week and was unable to do any of his normal chores. During that time, I was able to tend to the animals on top of taking care of the garden and fixing some basic meals, but it was very difficult. In our short time of homesteading, we've learned many lessons of what to do and what not to do when it comes to animals and gardening. Even though things haven't always gone according to plan, we absolutely love having the farm. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can follow along our farm journey.